The 23rd Annual Martha's Vineyard African American Film Festival highlights Black storytellers, storytellers of color. But here on Martha's Vineyard, Vineyard residents, people who patron the island, get to be a part of it. And we're talking to Wright, a tech lawyer for Meta. What brings you to your first ever Martha's Vineyard African American Film Festival?
Well, I've heard about the festival for a number of years and have met so many people who've attended, and they have raved about their experience. And I said, well, when I finally have the time to actually have the free time to attend sessions, I wanted to join and register, and that's what I did this year.
So you've joined, you've registered, you've come. What do you feel? Because in your profession, I will assume that there are not too many women of color in tech law. Would that be a fair assumption?
That's a fair assumption. We do have a number of Black women attorneys at Meta, but we are outnumbered. We are a minority.
So what do you feel is the importance, like a film festival here on Martha's Vineyard, that amplifies Black voices? Because you're not seeing it in your profession, but maybe you're getting to see it on screen and in your art.
Well, part of my reason for attending and really delving into Black art and culture is to kind of pour back into myself so that I can actually be a better lawyer and do better at work. Law is a technical profession, but it's also very creative because we're doing a lot of reasoning. And
wait a second, tech law is very creative?
It is.
Who's going to buy that tech law is really creative?
It is, in the sense that we are trying to find ways to craft solutions for our business client under precedent and within the law. So sometimes you don't have a case that's exactly like your issue and your solution. You've got to be strategic and kind of creative to figure out how best to represent your clients. And I think going to a film festival and kind of seeing Black stories and kind of taking the self-care aspect of it is what's helping me kind of pour back into myself and do better at work. That's one of the main reasons also why I wanted to come and attend.
When you are attending and watching this art on screen, what do you want to see? The documentaries, the features, like what sparks joy in Allie?
The shorts and the documentaries.
Really? Why the shorts?
Yes. It's been interesting to see how people can condense a story down to 10, 15, 20, maybe like 30 minutes and actually have a beginning, middle, and end. And I just kind of love how people are practicing the art of brevity, but still kind of showing a full arc of a story.
So the tech lawyer likes the technical aspects of short films.
Yes.
Okay, why the documentaries?
Learning things I've never learned before. I happened to go to the screening of Who in the Hell is Regina Jones last night and had no idea who she was, but it was a fascinating story about Soul newsletter and just kind of seeing the history of this publication that while it no longer exists, but at the time it was an important part of telling the story of Black artists, Black music, Black soul and musicians. And it's just something now that I know, and I went home and I told my parents about it, and my dad remembered hearing about Soul newspaper. And I was like, well, I just saw a screening about the lady that was the publisher for it. So just kind of like being able to learn new things and kind of like bring that additional information into your life.
As you've learned new things, brought this new information into your life, if you could meet the founders of the film festival, what would you say to them if you happen to cross, bump shoulders somewhere? What would you say to them about this thing that they've created that is 23 years strong?
Thank you. Quite honestly, just thank you for stepping out there and actually kind of having the audacity to have the idea and put it together, and also the tenacity to keep going. Because I know it had to have been some challenging times in terms of being able to get to the 23rd, iteration of this. But I think this is something that all of attendees, people that have come for many years or new ones like myself, cherish and really love the experience that we have. Because honestly, to be able to see ourselves up on screen represented in all different kinds of genres and stories, and also, like I said, the documentaries and learning about new information just is a soul-fulfilling time and event for me. So I would say thank you.
Tech lawyer for Meta, Wright, thank you so much for joining us here at the Martha's Vineyard African American Film Festival.
Thanks for having me.